A street so quiet you can hear the fall of a cigarette ash at 2 a.m. The street sweeper comes every night at 2:45 a.m., churning through the liquid twilight of the north, remembering loved ones now lost to us. We count our blessings, for to wake up and see another day is a privilege, never to be taken lightly. Some men call it being above ground. Others toil within the realms of the middle world, busy like ants, fueled by strife, beasts of hate, tiki torches, Stone Mountain, the BIA headquarters. The gift of silence is not to be taken lightly, for we live in a loud world, full of hot air and piss for the most part, and everyone is just so goddamn boring. Bang as they will, the sheep of a failed tomorrow. I saw him at the stoplight, his filthy black fleece riddled in burn holes, dried vomit everywhere in a crust. He had no feet. His pants were covered in grease, dried mud, oil. He was sloppily eating chili out of a foam cup, half-handedly shoveling it into his mouth. He looked at me and we met eyes, and I stared at his slimy black hair, his face covered in dirt, hands filthy. He nodded his head. His wheelchair was beat to hell, and he was too far away to give away my pack of cigarettes. That poor bastard, I thought. The light turned green, and I drove away. He's old-fashioned. He drinks wine. His closet full of mothballs, starched shirts from Sears, the stink of old wool. He has no lover, no family. Most of his friends are dead. The rest he hasn't seen in years. He carries with him many wild and savage tales, yet the only people he ever talks to are tellers at grocery stores, the clerks at gas stations, post office employees, art store staff who hover around him like hornets, confused by his presence and paranoid, fearing he is up to no good. He has lived everywhere, yet he fits in nowhere. He likes it so, and it's just enough to see him through to another day. The lot of them work the night shift at the stadium, sweeping up tears and beers, the pay lousy, the stadium cold. Sometimes they would get lucky, finding things left behind, like diamond earrings, cigarettes, $50 bills, pearl necklaces. Mostly, though, they found misery, the supervisors demoralizing, the hours shit. But for the many, it was just enough. At some point, you wind up approaching 40, no kids, divorced, smoking the devil's lettuce, watching commercials for generic Viagra, condoms rotting in their packaging, the sands of time, like the hourglass, the beast of being alive. Futures unknown, we chase our fate like mustangs, charging through the Utah night, desert sky and long-lost love, golden mesas and colossal arches, memories of time gone by, years used up, looking after those who are suffering, putting myself last, the sadness eating a hole in my stomach, breaking my heart like an ashtray in an alcove motel room, pushing everyone away, succumbed by madness, found and lost once more, all as a circle, lost in the city, gazing drunkenly at the Big Dipper, the salt from the tears ebbing their way into the corners of my mouth, having a laugh at public masquerades of those seeking knowledge of their own identity, like cockroaches hissing in the rafters, memories of fireflies and the drone of cicadas sawing their way through the San Antonio night, New York graveyards and fresh roadkill, the sun setting in Spanish Harlem. I have lived my life in two worlds, filled with hundreds of my grandmother's stories and a father who showed me the world. I find peace in the December night, the streets quiet and the power lines fizzing and the pattering of falling snow.